All right, so that surprise I told you guys about earlier, well, guess what? It's happening. Yeah.
And then boom, she is done.
So that's not going back on, huh?
Nope. Just gotta loosen it up just a hair bit more. A little bit of diesel might come out.
All right.
There we go. Okay, so that is slipped off of the tank now. Okay, now we're gonna do that fuel filter right up here.
Right here, okay.
Yep, so we'll pull these off real quick. Got this little green connector right here. You can just pull that back, and like that, now it's ready to disconnect. And then we have this yellow line over here.
These are just the feed lines to the fuel filter?
Yeah, so feed and return. Try not to get it on the camera. There we go. Nice and slow.
Easy as that.
Yep, we got that one. See how it has a little slit that it rides in. And then you wiggle it just right and it slides right out. Just a little bit. Then we can just pull this out and it sits right down. And there we have a fuel tank. Yeah, so you can like pull it a little. It's not super heavy.
Oh yeah, not bad.
You would think it'd be a lot heavier, right? Got it?
Yep. Teamwork makes the dream work.
And then right here should be good.
Old, new. Old,
Yes.
new.
So you can see how they
Yeah.
get every ounce of space out of everything, like every ounce. All the cross members are like specifically designed so everything fits exactly.
How much bigger is this fuel tank compared to this one?
So this one is a 35-gallon tank versus a 62-gallon tank. Yeah, so basically almost a full another tank of diesel, so you get to carry twice as much as you usually do.
Well, that's perfect, because we're always running
Yeah,
low on
you guys
diesel.
are
I mean, you guys know best.
Gone.
We pushed the limits a little too far one time, almost ran completely out of fuel. I heard that's a big no-no.
Yeah, especially in a diesel, because diesel can't really be compressed, air can. There's little needles inside the injectors, and then they slam really hard with no lubrication in there, no diesel to fight back, and you can create a lot of scarring in there. And that's how you ruin like injectors, injection pumps, all that kind of stuff.
Let's not do that. So this is kind of like, it's still gonna pull diesel out from the top. Okay.
Yep, so it's gonna still be exactly the same. It'll be the same sending unit, because this actually supplies pressure to the engine. I think it's about 65, 70 PSI. If you wanted to do like a fuel sump later, it has a fitting. It gives you the lowest point of the tank. If you just want to do a fitting, it lives right here.
Explain to me like I'm a 5-year-old, what's a sump?
So basically, this doesn't get every last drop of fuel, whereas a sump, it's an extra piece about that thick that sits on the bottom, and then that creates the lowest point of the tank. You get every last drop. You might have a splash or two left, and that's about it. Piece of tape there.
So fuel filter would sit right here, input, and then the return, like you said. Right?
Yep,
Okay.
exactly.
To say I am absolutely pumped, no pun intended, is completely an understatement. I am ecstatic to get this put in. You've been telling me and I've been listening. It's finally happening.
Just like that.
Oh wow, there is a lot going on inside there.
We'll try not to spill a bunch of diesel everywhere, but we do want to drain this as much as we can.
What in the Terminator is this thing?
So this
Crazy.
This is what's called a fuel sending unit. So you have this wire for the level sensor, which just, tells the truck how full it is. And then
Oh, so this goes up as diesel fills up, and then
so
it
this
lets you know.
floats on top of it. And then you have your fuel pumps wires that tell when to turn off, how much, all that kind of good stuff.
Okay.
I think we're started. Now we got to get that ridge just past that little locking point.
Okay, got you.
Boom.
Man, that was easy. Here's the old tank, and then here's Big Bertha. Yeah, that's quite a difference. Definitely gained some extra girth and width here on this other tank.
Yeah.
And that skid plate won't go back underneath this new tank again.
Nope.
Got some nasty stuff, but junk now. I mean, it is pretty mind-blowing to believe that that is gonna take the place of this. I mean, it's exciting to know that's an option, but kind of hard to believe.
And this is just a vent line, so you don't gotta crank on it too hard. I mean, I'm just doing a tiny bit of pressure.
Oh, you were describing as the diesel gets filled up in the tank, this allows the air to get vented out.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah. Real quick.
Nice. Hell.
Yeah, so I like to not even use the jack for this part. How it's going up and in. So now that strap is in. There we go. Like you kind of hear the change in it.
Yeah, I do.
So this guy on that setting goes to, I think about 140 foot-pounds, which this goes to like 120, so
Oh, nice.
20 extra foot-pounds. I mean, it's not a big deal.
No, yeah, good clearance still.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not too bad. I mean,
Not
it does
too
stick
shabby.
down
A little bit,
tiny bit more, but
yeah.
I mean, here also. And there is a little gap right here, but once you fill it up with diesel, it's gonna
Okay,
kind of sag down.
I see.
So you can see you got your actual filler neck right here.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this is the little breather tube, vent for the differential, and this is a ground wire for the bed.
Oh, a little siphon or something?
Yeah, so it's just like a transfer pump. I can stick it in here, stick it in your filler neck, so I don't have to like try and put this in buckets, 10-gallon bucket or whatever,
Right.
diesel.
Somehow get it contaminated, all that stuff.
Yep. We'll go a little bit more towards you.
Okay.
Harbor Freight offers them for like a long time, but I've only gotten like 1 or 2 uses out of each one. The batteries last longer than these things actually do. But we're not touching the bottom of the tank, so we're not getting very much sediment. And right after this, you'll go and fill it all the way up.
Oh, that one's gonna hurt a little on the first fill up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, around here it's still like $4 a gallon.
We have this program called Open Roads. It's like a free card that you can use to pay bulk discount.
Oh, really?
That what the truckers use at like the truck stops. Yeah, it's really
Dang.
nice.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
dude, sometimes we save over like $1 a gallon.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's really good.
Yeah, that should be just enough to get you to the diesel station.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Do you want your old tank?
Heck no, tech no.
Okay. And then now that it quiets down, it's got fuel in there. So you can kind of hear a little hum now
Right.
versus the... So the tank is $1,249. And then you got 2 hours of labor. We're going to do $150 an hour. So the total with tax is $1,664.40.
Yeah, this will be some peace of mind going forward though.
Yeah,
I know it,
for
I know
sure.
it. I feel it in my bones. Getting out like Oklahoma where the prices are real nice, real cheap, fill up really big and just zoom on across, you know?
Yep. Get past all the expensive places.
Yes. Oh, the flexibility, it'll be nice. Dude, thank you very
Yeah,
much for
of
everything.
course.
I really appreciate
Absolutely, anytime. Right to the diesel station.
it. Right to the diesel station for sure. All right, now comes the fun part. Time to go fill this puppy up. Caden was right. We're paying $4.05 at the pump for diesel, but with this program that I was talking about that is free, I'll update the price at the bottom of the screen for you. Huh, seems to be backsplashing all over me here. What's going on? Hey, sorry to bother you. I'm at the truck stop right now and I'm filling up and it's just backsplashing everywhere. It like keeps tripping the diesel dispenser. Yeah, I tried it on like even like a quarter. Okay, I'll swing back over and then we'll go from there. We inserted that check valve before with the diesel tank and I think it's like acting up. It's being really weird. Barely letting any diesel out of the nozzle and it's still just acting up like crazy. I don't know, sometimes when you get a little fancy with all these gizmos and gadgets, it can bite you in the butt, so we're just gonna take it out. And back to the shop we go. It's like deja vu.
Okay, we'll pop it out really quick.
Hey, I haven't seen you in a while.
I know, right?
What you been up to?
All right.
This once upon a time was a check valve. I bet you this little flap just wasn't opening quite enough for it to... Alright, nice and on there.
Sweet. Well, thanks again, man.
Yeah, of course.
Hopefully this is the last time. All right, let's try this again. Still acting up, I don't know. Yeah, something with this tank, I don't know. It seems like air or some kind of back pressure is causing diesel to seep around the nozzle and making it shut off if I go too fast. I mean, I could baby it and milk it, but it's kind of frustrating. This is never what it was like before, but I don't know, maybe it's something with the new tank, you know? Yeah, you hear that gurgling? That was never there before. I don't know, your guess is as good as mine. I'll start doing research on my end, but if you guys have any quick suggestions, throw them down in the comments below, because I cannot figure this one out. Yeah, okay, so I'm only at 49 gallons right now. And when I pulled the nozzle out, you could see it back, like as soon as the nozzle got removed, all the diesel from inside just like started coming out. So there's some kind of freaky pressure change going on in there. Spilled it everywhere, dang it. Oh man. Pulled the nozzle out and all of a sudden it looked like one of those science projects, like the diesel just start coming exploding out the side of the tank and running all down the trucks.
I'll try and contact S&B about that and see what we got to do to kind of
not
let that happen. Okay, sweet, thanks, Cal.
Yep, bye. Well, I'll be home in just a few minutes then.
Okay, honey, I'll see you soon then.
Okay, love you.
Drive safe.
I'm gonna reach out to S&B Filters and see if I could get some answers. Really quickly, I'm gonna get the side of the truck cleaned off from all that diesel. Using this stuff called Wash Waxall. It seems to be working really nicely for what it is. Don't see any leaking under here. Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to them and see what they say. Yeah, it's SMB 10-1017 is what it says on the invoice.
What's up?
Hey, dude. Hey, I just got off the phone with SMB.
Okay.
And they said that check valve, if it's removed, it strips the warranty off the tank if it gets over pressurized. So,
really?
Yeah, he said something about the rollover valves on top help to burp out the gases, and one of those lines could be kinked. But he is saying like it sounds like a pressure issue, which is what I think. Like it seems like there's pressure building up within the tank, and it's not accepting the diesel into the tank itself. Kevin from the S&B Filters, where I got the tank, he just emailed me back and he said, hey, for your fuel tank that will not accept the fuel, I would start by having the rollover valves on top of the tank checked to be sure the lines aren't pinched or the valves aren't damaged. At the bottom it says, breathe easy, your engine and warranty are protected. Well, that's good to know. I'll make sure of that. Here are those rollover valves, and I guess they are there literally in case you were to have a rollover with your truck. They would close and prevent any fuel leakage. I know, y'all are ready for a new topic, aren't you? Me too, me too. Well, the weekend has come and gone, and we're back in the shop, hopefully to cross our T's, dot our I's, and finally leave Utah in the rearview mirror. Honestly, it's time to figure out what's going on with this fuel tank once and for all.
It's the fuel filler is right here. So it goes from here right to up here.
Okay.
And that's it. Good angle to it. Nothing's kinked in here. It's got plenty of room to breathe.
Yeah, hopefully so. Goodness.
I think it'll help.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know if you'll be able to go full all out, but I think you'll be able to
Right.
fill it up pretty quick.
Third time's a charm, right? I don't know how much more fuel I could fit in. It says I'm already full and I have almost 600 miles on my fuel range. Maybe we could just squeeze a little bit more in there for a trial run. Seems like she's still doing it, but I don't know. Maybe I just gotta fill her up slower. Howdy, hi.
Hi.
Hey. It did not get fixed. I don't know. He added more ventilation to it. It's still doing the same thing. But I was just sitting on the truck doing more research, and even on the website of S&B where I bought the tank from, It sounds like they're not designed for high flow fuel stations. For some reason, it just can't handle high flow input into the tank without regurgitation.
We won't know if that's really what it is unless we go to a regular fuel stop, not a high flow one, and see if that just fills normally. Then we'll have our answer. I'm just prepping some food for the next couple days since we're hitting the road. And
to be continued. The mystery prevails. Is that the right word, prevails? Yeah, we're gonna go with that. You know what I mean.
so it is day one of towing with this new S&B larger capacity 62-gallon fuel tank. Our fuel gauge went from F for full all the way down to E, and it's not showing mileage. We talked to Caden a little bit and he gave us some things to look at, that it might be the fuel gauge or electrical sensor or something like that.
Yeah, he was the one.
Go to where it shows 0 miles.
Well, we're still showing E right now, which is frustrating because I thought maybe it would just kind of fix itself like a glitch in the Matrix. However, that's not the case. This is usually why we're not first at the food bowls with upgrades, because usually when we go tinkering with things, problems occur. And right now we're facing that ourselves. So I love the capacity of the fuel tank, but at the same time, I'm hating all the problems that are coming along with it. We're gonna try to get pulled over here in just a second and see if we could get this fixed.
All right, we're all set up here at a campground in Helper, Utah. Let's see if we could fix this gauge issue.
So it looks like these are the wires right here running into it for the electrical, but it feels like it's clipped in. You see any changes? Yeah, I wiggled the wires pretty good and it seems like they're seated well.
Thudded on the tank a little bit just in case the float sensor is dislodged, and that's, I don't know if we didn't hit hard enough, but no changes. I wish your comments were live right now and you guys could just be like telling us right now exactly what to do. I suggested disconnecting the battery and giving it like, I don't know, 5 minutes. Battery.
It says both batteries are in parallel, so you just gotta disconnect one.
Oh, good.
Which makes sense, because they're 2 batteries in parallel for more cold cranking amps.
Seems like it's a computer issue. I mean, that's how we fix Wi-Fi growing up. When our parents would be like, the internet's out, we would just unplug the router and plug it back in, and our parents would be like, wow, you are so smart.
So I did want to point out some pros and cons of the tank. 2 pros I can think of. One is obviously the fuel capacity, which is nice. You can almost double your fuel capacity. 2, it has a higher profile than what I originally thought it would. So it replaces the stock tank in a way that doesn't really occlude any spacing underneath the truck. However, the things I don't enjoy is now this electrical connection, and then 2 is being at the fuel station. Now we can't use high flow nozzles anymore like at the truck stops. So it's a little give and take here. Still working out the kinks, but I think time will tell if I really enjoy this upgrade or not. I mean, honestly, there's nothing wrong with the quality of the tank. I'm not complaining at all about that. It's a really nice tank, but for $1,600 out of my pocket, I'm expecting a little less with the issues. All right, it's been about 25 minutes, so I think that's more than enough time. Let's get this negative battery terminal connected back up and see if that made a difference. All right, that should do it. All right, well, that didn't do it. All right, the next culprit might be that wiring harness. I know it was seated properly, but sometimes the pins within the wiring harness can ever so slightly be bent. That could be causing a faulty connection. Also, I don't think Caden threw dielectric grease on that connection, so while I have it out, I'm gonna try to put some of that on there, see if that does the trick. As you can see, it is very tight in here, and to access this clip is just giving me a run for my money, so. Got it. It almost looks like this tab down here on the bottom right is ever so slightly bent. So I'm gonna try to see if I can somehow use my phone and get back there with a little pick. Just trying to get these pins, see if they straighten out here. I don't know, I did the best I could. Maybe that with a little dielectric grease and call it good. Alright, fingers crossed. We'll see if this works. That's a big fat no. Dang it. Why can't anything ever go simple? Have one nice install and be done with it. I know this is all over the place, but I did a little bit more digging, and it said that on some Duramax forums that the computer and self-checks see a climbing fuel gauge as the vehicle is consuming fuel as an issue. So it seems like maybe it's a computer issue, because we noticed like the last 2 or 3 times we turn on the truck, every time we turn it on, more fuel mileage is accumulated. It will be like 560, and then all of a sudden it's climbing up to 580, and then 600, and then 600 plus. So maybe this is the truck relearning, and it's just like, nope, I'm gonna shut off for right now. So the game plan is I'm gonna just keep a close eye on it. It's not an emergency. We're gonna continue driving it and see if the computer maybe just needs some time to relearn. This is a lot. Thank you guys for sticking through it with us. I know this is crazy, but we really appreciate you guys. If you're enjoying it, make sure you hit subscribe and follow along, because we'll continue to keep you updated as we go along.